Hi everybody, it's Sari here for our Tuesday tarot readings for the week, and it's the start of autumn, my favourite season, and I celebrate it in the beautiful Melbourne weather and where everything is starting to cool down, and some people might be feeling a little bit sicker under the weather and tired. The change of season may be affecting you. So I've put out a special this week, 25% off all the psychic readings, tarot readings. So take advantage of that if you've been sitting on a fence about whether to get a reading or not. This might be the good time. So let's get started. I hope you've had a chance to pick one of the piles, pile 1, 2 and 3. If you haven't, I'm going to show you the piles in a moment, and just closing your eyes, centering yourself, taking a deep breath, opening your eyes and choosing the pile that resonates with you. Remember, these are general readings and some of the information is relevant to you, and that information that isn't, just leave it behind and just take what resonates with you. So let's get started. Okay, I hope you've chosen your pile. So we've got 3 cards that I like to share per pile, and the first card is going to be about general everyday information that might help you. The second card will be the shadow side, so the subconscious, or things that we've kind of been pushing under the rug. And the third card is an oracle card. This is a beautiful starseed oracle deck, and that's any messages or guidance that comes through for us. If I receive any messages from the psychic realm as well, I'll be sharing those as well. So let's get started on pile number 1. So on a daily level, we are on an everyday level, we have got received the Magician's card, which tells me that it's really good time to start manifesting if you haven't already. Manifesting things, goals that you want to bring forward, manifest any ideas and things. It is really good time. In terms of finance and work, all the resources that you need are now available. All the people that you need is now accessible. So it's going to be a really good time for this week for manifesting things to do with our jobs and really staying on track and being really strategic about the way that we approach work. Creatively, you're on track. In terms of your connections, it's really well balanced. So Magician's card, usually you'll see them with a hand symbol like this. In this particular one card, it doesn't seem to, but you might have seen the Magician card with a hand above and a hand below. So as above, so below, which is great because you're drawing the energies in this week for receiving spiritual help or higher help from your higher self, bring and drawing those energies that you've wanted to manifest down into this realm. 8 of Wands is our shadow side card, our subconscious mind, telling us that yes, things are really moving forward. And I like the way that this card complements the daily card, because it's really showing again that things are moving and the momentum is flowing and the juices are flowing and everything is starting to fall into line. You've got a good busy period coming up where things are going to start to move a lot faster, but you're ready for it. So the flow is going to be good. It's going to be fast paced, but it's not going to be overwhelming for us. There's an energy flowing this week, and you're going to find that thoughts are going to be moving at a good pace, and you'll have more focus, so you'll know exactly what you need to focus on. And I'm getting a sign to keep it really simple. So be sharp, be aware, goals are being met. So just sort of keep on track and don't sway from that focus that you've got. Really look into yourself. If you're not sure what the focus in, really look in and you'll find you'll get the answer of where you need to be focused. I'm getting a message also to maximize the energy and the flow of this week, to really take on board the flow of the energy and ride with it, because it's going to be so much more beneficial for you in the coming month and in the coming weeks to come as well. Okay, so our last card for pile 1 is our oracle card. The message from Source or the higher self is that you're not alone. So even though we have been really busy and focus driven and the flow is good and the energy is good to move forward to manifest those things that we want to, not to forget this week to not be too laser focused that we're not connecting with others. So keeping that quality time and that physical connection with the people that we love, and really giving the time for those in our family and our friends as well. I'm just getting a message to really keep it light and really enjoy your quality time with family and friends by having fun, because things here in Australia, well in Melbourne, are cooling down and are getting quieter. Autumn is a little bit quieter, so not to forget to keep that connection high and those quality relationships high as a priority this week as well. So it's really all about the balance this week for those of us who chose pile number 1. I hope those messages helped you. Okay, for those of us who've chosen pile number 2, here are your cards. So on a daily basis, we have the Ace of Swords here, and basically the other shoe has dropped. The ideas are becoming clearer. There's a lot more clarity. There's a beginning of something new that's kind of in your mind. The pin has dropped. The idea has dropped and you're thinking, right, this is what I have to do. There's more of an idea of the direction that you need to go in. And there's a sense of being really clear. So we can develop clarity this week. So the ideas that have been coming to us are becoming clearer, and also creative ideas are starting to merge with our intellect. So things that are coming from our heart or our energy creatively are starting to manifest as ideas and coming to fruition. So if any of you are feeling a bit cloudy or unsure, this week will bring you great clarity. Okay, on the shadow side, and the subconscious is a great card to combine. We have been in a lot of thought. The swords, again, we've got a sword card here, the Knight of Swords, which shows us that in our subconscious, when we have realized that we are on the right track, our subconscious is throwing things at us this week, or pushing us forward, or giving us that inspiration to come through, because the Knight of Swords moves really fast, very quick action, very targeted. So you might find that now that something's become clear in your life, the inspiration and the thoughts from the subconscious is sort of like saying, okay, let's go. It's kind of been like waiting for you to have that penny drop, or the other shoe to drop. So once it has, then the inspiration is going to come at lightning speed as well. So get ready for that. You might also find that you attract people this week that have like-minded thoughts, that kind of will confirm to you that you're on the right track, and this idea that has been percolating is a really good one and you should move forward with it. So that's a really good indication for us that we are on the right track if you're starting to meet those people and manifesting those new relationships. And our message for this week from Source is Activated Earth, which is really positive because you're at the right place at the right time, and the land that you stand on is also encouraging you to move forward. If you believe that the land has an energy, then you will feel more connected with it. So if you haven't already, it is a good week this week to go out into nature and really connect, because everything is really aligned for you with your ideas and what you want to push forward. Some of you are being called to travel a lot more, so even if it's small trips, but to actually get out, change your environment a bit, and really start to open up your boundaries of your land in a way, and just to seek new places and new inspiration, and that will really help to manifest things that you want to bring through. So the land is the ley lines, for example, and the places that really resonate with us. Try and visit those places, or just to get out and really open up the space around you. It'll be a good idea for you for this week. I hope those messages for pile 2 have really helped you and will inspire you this week with your great new idea. Okay, on to pile 3. If you have chosen pile 3, our first card, our daily card is the Five of Wands. There is a lot of tension around you this week. You might have already felt it from last week. There is a sense of conflict and disagreements in groups that you're associated with in work or in the family home. There's a lot of people wanting to talk, say things, but nobody's really listening. The energy is kind of sparked and raised. So just be aware of that this week. Are you being a good listener? Are you being heard? Making yourself really clear if you haven't, rather than coming from an emotional spark, really come from a more grounded spark and being aware of the energy around you that is on edge. This may be happening to us because some of you may be going through a transition of some sort, and so it's all new grounds where you're sort of communicating in new ways or not communicating where you should be communicating in new ways. So there's all this sort of energy around us that is really quite new and a little bit disturbing for us. So just keep in mind how much energy you're throwing out or how much energy you're receiving. The word doormat is coming up. It's not a nice term, I know, but they've just asked me to say that for some of us who may be not respecting ourselves or allowing others to take us for granted, or not wanting to enter into conflict, not liking conflict. I know I'm sort of like that. So you kind of just, back away from it and not say anything. But that's going to cause the conflict within yourself and the tension within yourself. So really speak what you need to speak, and try to, this week, find new ways of doing that. And our shadow card is really on point with this. We are feeling inside, we are feeling trapped, we are feeling held in. Some of us are even going through a bit of emotionally abusive relationships at the moment, so it's not a nice time for us. And so if you are wanting to move forward this week, it's really about looking at setting those feelings free. How can you work with yourself to free those feelings so that you can sort of cope with what's happening around you? Remember that it's not entirely your fault what's happening, and so you can free yourself from attached to any of shame, guilt, anger, resentment. You can free yourself from that basically by thinking about what's happening and trying to find some clarity in that without overthinking it. And I feel really hesitant about saying that because I don't know exactly what your situation is. So if anybody is sort of really resonating with this, please know that I am available for you for a deeper reading. So yeah, it's not a great week. It's going to kind of get a little bit heightened, especially from the Five of Wands telling me that there's still fights happening, there's still stuff coming up. You're going to feel a lot of feeling trapped, but it's not all negative. There's something that's going to come out of that that's going to help you to see, hey, look, I can really get myself out of this. You're not completely tied in, even though it may feel like that. For others, it might not be as severe as going through abusive relationships or anything like that. It always is hard to talk about when it's such a general reading, but I did need to mention those things. For others, it just might be a general conflict, fighting, and just feeling that that relationship is sort of it's not serving you that well. So it might be a work relationship, or just letting go of a lot of feelings and a lot of people's opinions and stuff. So it could be something as basic as that for some of us. And the lovely message from Divine and Spirit is baby steps. So appropriate, so lovely. Really taking action really, really slowly, taking off bite-sized pieces what you can cope with at the moment. Be really gentle with yourself, really nourish yourself, use your intuition when you can sense that there is danger around you, or uncomfortable situations, or people that are kind of around you that aren't very supportive. Really take baby steps to sort of cope with the situation and moving forward. Some of us might be feeling frustrated as well this week, and so baby steps really reminds us that things need to happen slowly for us in order for them to kind of stick. And having patience is really important this week as well, so that we can sort of digest what we need to move forward and really start building something that's going to have a stronger foundation rather than charging through. So I hope that that has helped you for this week. I'd also like to say that again, if anybody needs a private reading and needs some time to sort of work through and clarify a few things, I am here for you, and especially this week where we do have that 25% discount on all the readings. So if you want a reading, please click on the link below or above this video so that we can get connected. I look forward to seeing you all next week. I hope you have a great week, and let me know what you're thinking about these readings as well. All the best. Bye for now.